We had ourselves a matchup of two first-place teams as the Royals played host to the Boston Red Sox here at Kauffman Stadium. Jake Junis, making his 18th start of the year for the Royals, was on the hill for them, and in the top half of the first, Eduardo Nunez starts things off with a 4-pitch walk and his helmet stayed on his head. Bogart's next batter up, he grounds one out to short. They try to turn it into a double play, but instead, Bogarts is too quick on the back end of it. Brings up Mookie Betts two batters later, who has been absolutely tearing the cover off the ball this year, and he continues to do that. Bogart's on second with 2 outs here, and Betts belts one to right center field, skips up over the head of the right fielder, and it's going to allow Betts to get into third base with an RBI triple with 2 outs. So 1-0 Sox is the score. Benintendi comes to the plate. Benny Boyfriend grounds out to shortstop, at least you would think, but Escobar pump fakes and allows a run to come in. 2-0 Sox. Rick Porcello, aka Slick Rick with the big dick, aka Pretty Ricky, aka Ricky Raindrops on the mound for the Sox. And in the bottom half of the first inning, John Jay starts things off with a little fly ball at the left center, but it gets over the glove of JBJ in center, and John Jay tries to turn it into a triple, but he's gunned down on the relay, so there's nobody on base for the Royals, as that brings up Mike Moustakas, who hits one against the shift into left field for a single. Next batter up was Jorge Soler with 1 out, runner on first, and Soler connects on one, sends it into the left center field gap, and Moustakas is getting his hustling on as he goes all the way from first base to score. It's a 2-1 game now. Move on to the top half of the second, where Rafael Devers going up the middle with a single for the Bo Sox. So he's on first. 2 batters later, it is Blake Swihart who's going down the left field line, bloops it just fair. Almonte has some trouble with the angle, and Swihart has himself an RBI double, and the Sox extend their lead to 3-1. Move things on to the bottom half of the second now, where Salvador Perez is going to hit one down the left field line. He's going to have himself a double as well, as he gets his catcher legs sliding into second base. And then Almonte comes to the plate, grounds one to the right side of the infield, allows Perez to move up, so 1 down, runner on third. Merrifield going back up the middle with it. It is caught by Bogarts, but he does not have a play over at first as Merrifield is too fast. 3-2 is the score now. Top half of the fourth, Swihart back at it again. This time to right center field for another RBI double for Blake Swihart. And it's now a 4-2 Sox game. Still in the top half of the fourth, later on in the inning, JD Martinez grounds over to third. They try to turn it into an inning-ending double play, but instead, a runner comes in. 5-2 Sox. Bottom half of the fifth now, Whit Merrifield going into right center. JBJ misses. Betts misses, and it allows Merrifield to get his speed all the way across the base pass and inside the park home run for Whit Merrifield, and it's now a 5-3 game. Bottom half of the fifth still, as John Jay is going to hit one over the diving glove of Bogarts. Allows the runner to get over to second, but then the throw gets past the second baseman, and they did not know there was a cutoff man, but they still move up because of poor defense. And then Soler lines one off of Porcello's leg, allows a run to come in. It's now 5-4. Lucas Duda to the plate now with 2 outs, runners on the corners, and he rips one into right center field. That's going to clear the bases. A 2 RBI double for Lucas Duda, and the Royals have their first lead of the game. Joe Kelly now comes on for the Red Sox as we are in the bottom half of the 6th inning, and Whit Merrifield grounds one up the middle. They get the runner at second, but the throw drags the first baseman Ramirez off the bag. Almonte was hurt in the slide. He comes out for Alex Gordon, and then with runners on the corners later in the inning, Escobar lines one into right field. Now it's 7-5. Still bottom half of the sixth, and Mike Moustakas is giving them some real insurance runs as he rips one into the seats in right field. A 3-run shot, his 18th home run of the season for Moustakas, and it's now a 10-5 Royals lead in this one. Matt Barnes comes on for the bottom half of the 8th to face Alex Gordon, who came in to replace the injured Abraham Almonte. And Gordon sends one out the left center. It goes just barely over the fence. A solo shot for some even more insurance runs, a 6-run lead. And I'm going to level with you guys. I have no idea what happened here. I was just trying to run under the out, just being real, just trying to get at the inning. I was in a bit of a rush trying to end the game, and I was just trying to run into an out, and they just kept making errors, and then I got over to third, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to run home. The ball's already there, and he just takes forever, lobs it to home. I was out. You can clearly see he tagged me, but the umpire called me safe, so it's 12-6 as we move on to the top half of the ninth. Ball over to Moustakas on the ground, fires across the diamond, and that is the game as the Kansas City Royals win this one by a score of 12-6 over the Boston Red Sox, who dropped to 56-34, and the Royals improve to 47-41. Mike Moustakas gets player of the game honors. He was 2 for 5 on the day. He had a 3-run shot. They could make it a 10-5 lead, and then he also had a single earlier in the game. Whit Merrifield had the inside the park home run. He was 2 for 4. Alex Gordon's only at bat of the day was a solo shot. Jorge Soler 2 for 4 with a RBI double. Jake Junis gets the win. Brad Keller gets the save despite the large margin of victory. Blake Swihart had a day for the Red Sox, but it just was not enough as the Royals close out the victory. And with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of Kansas City Royals Baseball. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I'm saying goodbye. I got a feeling